This episode is brought to you by La Quinta by Wyndham. Your work can take you all over the place, like Texas. You've never been, but it's going to be great because you're staying at La Quinta by Wyndham. Their free Bright Side breakfast will give you energy for the day ahead. And after, you can unwind using their free high-speed Wi-Fi. Tonight, La Quinta. Tomorrow, you shine. Book your stay today at lq.com.
This episode is brought to you by Shopify. Whether you're selling a little or a lot, Shopify helps you do your thing, however you cha-ching. From the launch your online shop stage, all the way to the we just hit 1 million orders stage. No matter what stage you're in, Shopify's there to help you grow. Sign up for a $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/special offer, all lowercase. That's shopify.com/special offer.
This is Optimal Work Daily, episode 1327. Just don't do it. 5 Reasons Not to Become an Entrepreneur, by Mike Smerklo of MikeSmerklo.com. And hey there, I am Dan. I'm your host and narrator here, and welcome to our Sunday edition of Optimal Work Daily. And now we're going to get right to it as we hear from Mike and start optimizing your life. Just don't do it. 5 Reasons Not to Become an Entrepreneur, by Mike Smerklo of MikeSmerklo.com. The greatest part of my day job as a venture capitalist is the inspiration I draw from watching amazing founders take a crazy concept, work tirelessly, and sacrifice a ton with the sole purpose of turning a dream into a reality. I recognize how hard the entrepreneurial journey is, and I know full well of the ups and downs that the job brings. I fully believe the world needs entrepreneurs more than ever, and I try my best to encourage and support anyone who's just crazy enough to jump into the arena and give it a shot. From my own experience, being an entrepreneur is the greatest job in the world. Innovation is the key to global progress, and entrepreneurs have the potential to change the world, improve communities, create new jobs, and solve some of the greatest challenges the world faces. What job even comes close? Historically, if someone asked me if they should jump onto the entrepreneurial path, I would reply enthusiastically, heck yes. Or I would borrow from the now ancient tagline from Nike and quickly reply, just do it. But over the past few years, I've watched what I would call the Shark Tank effect come and bite a lot of entrepreneurs in the proverbial backside. To me, the Shark Tank effect, or the BuzzFeed clickbait effect, means carelessly encouraging anyone to become an entrepreneur without warning them just what they're getting themselves into. As if coming up with an idea and getting a thumbs up from some angel investors is all you need and the rest is easy. Like there's a hack that will turn your idea into a billion-dollar outcome. I am not here to discourage anyone from chasing their dreams, and I remain a staunch supporter of the power of entrepreneurship. Some days, watching all the craziness in the world, I'm tempted to believe it is our only hope. However, my current perspective is that any encouragement I can provide about entrepreneurship should come with a warning sign or a waiver form before some dangerous adventure. Like one of those signs that surround my favorite ski resort that simply say, hey, have fun. Skiing is awesome. But it's also really dangerous and lots of people get injured and some die. So be careful, understand the risk, and consider yourself warned. Here are my 5 biggest warning signs as it relates to starting your entrepreneurial journey. Said differently, here are 5 reasons to just don't do it. 1. You are not in a good mental place. Entrepreneurship is really, really hard, and the ups and downs are almost impossible to quantify. Most aspiring entrepreneurs underestimate just how mentally taxing the job will be, and there's very little guidance on this aspect of the experience. You can expect really long work weeks, but have you also considered the mental toll? Make sure you take a look at your current mental state and make an honest assessment. Do you feel mentally prepared to take all of this on? 2. Your support structure isn't that great. Starting a business is the loneliest job you will ever have. All of the responsibility will be on your shoulders. It sounds fun to be the boss, but frankly, it's highly overrated. Take a look at what you have outside of your business dream and make sure you have someone, anyone, or thing to help you deal with all of the stress that goes with entrepreneurship. In my book, Mr. Monkey and Me, I devote an entire chapter to help, why it is important, the risk of overlooking this, and specific tips to help entrepreneurs build out their support network. 3. Your experience isn't tied to the business you want to start. So you want to start a landscaping business, but you don't know a dandelion from a daffodil? That might be a problem. Perhaps there is a way to get relevant experience in your field of dreams, pun intended, before you start out on your own. This is called founder market fit, and it can be achieved by working in your area of interest before starting out on your own. It might mean delaying your dream for a few years, but it may also be the critical knowledge that separates success and failure. 4. The time just isn't right for you right now. Too much myth has been created about the 20-year-old college dropout who goes on to build a huge business. The reason we all talk about Bill Gates and Mark Zuckerberg so much is because the outcome each achieved is incredibly rare. Forbes asks, does age matter for entrepreneurial success? And the answer is no. There is no correlation between age and entrepreneurial success, or education, background, or, well, anything. Make sure the time is really right for you before you take the plunge. Experience, support, network, and professional skills are developed over time. Sometimes it makes sense to wait to make sure you can develop these before starting off on your own. And 5, you expect to have more free time and work less. When I was starting out, some of my peers would comment about how nice it must be for me to quote-unquote be my own boss or not have anyone to tell me what to do. Yeah, right. I had more stress, less sleep, and worked longer hours, and the job was on my mind 7 days a week. No boss? I had investors and customers, employees, vendors that all demanded more from me than any boss ever could. Just make sure you fully understand what entrepreneurship does and does not mean in terms of lifestyle before you commit to the journey. I am not trying to discourage aspiring entrepreneurs from raising their hands and getting into the arena. Nothing inspires me more, and goodness knows we need it more than ever. However, I am exhausted with hacks, 4-hour work weeks, or other content that glorify entrepreneurship as fun and easy. Rewarding, potentially life-changing, and magical? Yes, entrepreneurship has the potential for all of this and more, but it is critical to understand the mental part of the game and take full consideration of the risk and challenges that lay ahead. Not now doesn't have to mean no forever. Like the warning sign above the Black Diamond ski run, make sure you fully understand what you're getting into, and if and when you are ready for it, jump in, give it your all, and make it happen. You just listened to the post titled, Just Don't Do It, 5 Reasons Not to Become an Entrepreneur, by Mike Smerklo of MikeSmerklo.com. When it comes to hiring, don't go searching for the one. Just meet your match with Indeed. Indeed is your matching and hiring platform with over 350 million global monthly visitors, and a matching engine that helps you find quality candidates fast. Ditch the busy work. Use Indeed for scheduling, screening, and messaging. 93% of employers agree. Indeed delivers the highest quality matches compared to other job sites. And one of the things I really love about Indeed is that it filters out those incompatible applicants. So when you're hiring, the process is much faster and you only have to consider applicants that are already likely to be a great fit. And listeners of this show will get a $75 sponsored job credit to get your jobs more visibility at Indeed.com/startup. So just go to Indeed.com/startup right now and support our show by saying you heard about Indeed on this podcast. Indeed.com/startup. Terms and conditions apply.
At Evernorth Health Services, we believe costs shouldn't get in the way of life-changing care, and we're doing everything in our power to make it possible. Behavioral health solutions that also keep your projections at their best? It's possible. Pharmacy benefits that benefit your bottom line? It's possible. Complex specialty care that cares about your ROI? It's possible. Because we're already doing it. All while saving businesses billions. That's Wonder made possible. Learn more at evernorth.com/wonder.
And thanks to Mike, he is the author of Mr. Monkey and Me, which he referenced in this post, and that is a real talk guide to cultivating a mindset to support greatness in entrepreneurs. I actually narrated an excerpt from that book back in episode 88, so if you missed it, you can check that episode out. Mike is an experienced entrepreneur, an investor, and a business leader driven by the desire to turn ideas into reality. Having bought and scaled a small business into a publicly traded company worth nearly $1 billion in value, he's got a deep understanding of the hard work, dedication, and grit that truly powers successful entrepreneurship. Today, as the co-founder and managing director of Next Coast Ventures, Mike's a champion for a new generation of entrepreneurs building disruptive companies in big markets. So a great author for this show, and you can come by his site to check out all of his work. That's MikeSmerklo.com, and Smerklo is spelled Smerklo. And as usual, I do have that linked in this episode's description. All right, that is going to do it for today. I do appreciate you being here with me and with Mike Smerklo, our author today. And please come on back tomorrow, where your optimal life awaits.